Okay, on to the last video for today, which is question 9, which is a sequences question. But I think it has a little bit more algebra involved, which is probably why you guys rated it highly for today's paper. Cool. So the first part A is that it's an arithmetic progression, and you know that the sum of these n terms is the same as 2n squared plus an. Ooh, so many n's. And what you're going to do is find the first term and the common difference of the progression. Okay, so it looks a little bit different, but all it's telling you is that you can work out the sum using where in the progression you are. So, for example, for A, which is the first term in the expression, in the progression, we know that n equals 1 because it's the first term. So if we just substitute 1 into this expression here, the sum to the first term is only going to be one term anyway because it's only the first term in the sequence. So that's going to be 2 times 1 squared, which is 2, plus 8 times 1, which is 8. So 2 plus 8 equals 10. So A equals 10. To get the common difference, what we can do is we can work out what the sum is for the second term, up to the second term, by substituting in n equals 2 into this equation here. So when we do that, we're going to get 2 lots of 2 squared plus 8 times 2. So that's going to give us 4 times 2, 8 plus 16, so 24. So what they're saying is that the first term plus the second term equals 24. Right, because it's the sum of the first two terms. So you know that the first term is 10, therefore the second term must be 14, which means your common difference there is 4. Okay, and for the last one, we have got a geometric progression. So we know that the first two terms are 64 and 48. Okay, and then it goes on like this. And the first three terms of this geometric progression, so these first three terms here, are the first, the ninth, and the nth term of an arithmetic progression. Okay, so this is going to be the first term, this one's going to be the ninth term, and that's going to be the nth term there. Okay, so first of all, what we need to do, and this one here is an arithmetic progression. We'll come back to that later. First of all, we need to find out what this third term is. So we know it's a geometric progression. So what we know is that to get from one term to the other, you're going to be multiplying by a common ratio. So how do you work out the ratio? Well, you just take the 48 and divide that through by 64 to get your common ratio, which is 3/4. Okay, so that means our third term, our third term of that particular sequence is going to be 3/4 of 48, which is 36. Cool. So now we can go here to our arithmetic sequence and we can put this in. So this is going to be 64 for our first term, 48 for our ninth term, and it's going to be 36 for our nth term. So you can see already that this arithmetic progression must be a decreasing one, so the value of d must be negative. And now we're just going to piece some things together to find out how this works. So if we want to work backwards from here to work out what the n value is, we do need to know what the a value is. That's fine. The a value here is given to us at 64. It'd be good to have the d value as well, the common difference. And then we can substitute that all into the equation for the sum and work out what the n value would be. Okay? So I said the sum, but I meant the term, the formula for the terms in an arithmetic sequence. Okay, so how do we work out what the common difference is? Well, if we go back here, we've got term 1, we've got term 8. So to get from term 1 to term 8, you're going to be taking away the common difference 8 times. So what we do to work out the value of d is we say, well, how far apart are 48 and 64? And then let's divide that through by 8, because it's going to be 8 lots of this common difference to take it from 64 at the first term down to 48 in the ninth term. Okay, so when I work this out, so 48 minus 64, and then divide that by 8, I get a common difference of negative 2. Okay, then what I could do is now use the formula. So the formula says for the arithmetic sequence, for any term that you want, it's going to be a plus n minus 1 times the common difference. Okay, so we know what the term is at the end. The term at the end is 36. We know what the first term is, it's 64. We know what our common difference is, it's minus 2. There, okay. So then all we have to do now is, oops, I should put a plus sign there, sorry, is algebra, funnily enough. A little bit of algebra, move this around and solve it. So, if I just scooch up here. Okay, so if I take away 64 from both sides, okay, I get minus 28 equals n minus 1 times negative 2. I'll just move that over again. There. If I expand out this bracket kind of this way, I get negative 2n plus 2. So then negative 2n equals negative 30. So n equals 15. That's my answer.